saying is that angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to that entire angle. So you can break it up into parts. You can add those two angles together, angle P, Q, R. Complementary angles are two angles whose measure have a sum of 90 degrees. And you can say if angle 1 and 2 are complementary, you can say that angle 1 is the complement of angle 2. And supplementary are two angles that have a measure of 180 degrees when you add them together. And those are supplements of each other. Complementary angles have to add to equal 90. They can be adjacent, they don't have to be adjacent. So here would be an example of two adjacent angles, angle 1 and angle 2, where they are complementary because they add up to be a 90-degree angle. Supplementary angles, here would be an example of supplementary angles, angle 3 and angle 4, because when I add them together I'm going to get 180 degrees. They can be adjacent, but they don't have to be adjacent. Name all the complementary and supplementary angles below. So I'm going to start with A. A is 60 degrees. In order for me to have a complement with A, I need to be able to get 90 degrees. 60 plus 30 is 90, so that tells me that A and B are complements. They're complements because they add to equal 90 degrees. B, 30 degrees, the only complement it's going to have is a 60-degree angle because the only number plus 30 plus 60 is the only way I'm going to get 90 when I start with 30 and only add two together. To get supplementary angles, I'm looking to get 180 degrees. If I look at A is 60, and I notice C is 120, that gives me 180. So I can say that A and C are supplementary angles. If two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. Linear pair.
A little fast for me.
All linear, only complement it's going to have is a 60-degree angle because the only number plus 30 plus 60 is the only way I'm going to get 90 when I start with 30 and only add two together. To get supplementary angles, I'm looking to get 180 degrees. If I look at A is 60 and I notice C is 120, that gives me 180. So I can say that A and C are supplementary angles. If two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. Linear pair, all linear pairs are supplementary, but not all supplementary angles are linear pairs. Here's the difference. A linear pair means that those two angles actually make a line, so they have to be touching. This is a linear pair that I've drawn. Angle 1 and angle 2 form a linear pair, which means they make a line, and they're adjacent. Because they make that line that's 180 degrees, that makes them supplementary. Because they're adjacent, that's what makes them a linear pair. Now if I have angle 3 and angle 4, they're not touching, they're not adjacent, they don't have a common ray, they don't have a common vertex. So 3 and 4 are supplementary, but they're not a linear pair. So in order for it to be a linear pair, those two angles have to be adjacent.